In this session, we're going to take a look at dressing up simple designs working with SimpleSeps Overprint. We're going to see how powerful this application is to give us the ability to look at all the different colors available to us and make minor adjustments to colors, even in simple designs that are going to make all the difference when we're competing in the local market for screen printing. You know, when other screen printers that aren't even aware of overprinting are looking at designs as 3 colors and they don't even have an idea that they can get an orange or a brown or a maroon out of there, and they're presenting designs that just have those 3 basic colors, but you're coming in to compete with them with the same 3 color designs, but it looks like a 6 color design, and also the colors in the design actually fit what's going on in the design better than the options of just working with spot colors as we've understood them in screen printing. To get started here, I just want to open a simple design up. I'm going to go with this football design here, and I'm just going to go ahead and open this. This is coming out of our design base art, and I'm going to open that in a new document. Go ahead and update the text, and I'll go ahead and close this. To get started here, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at red, I've got black, I've got yellow. I automatically know, because I know overprinting, that I can get a nice brown for this football, and I could probably get some additional color effects going in the background just to dress up the design, give it some more pop, make it a little bit more attractive. And the color brown, the football, is obviously going to look better than the color black. So where we've been limiting ourselves in the past and what we could do with colors based on the limitations, we're now able to step outside of that using SimpleSeps Overprint. And we'll see that here as we get started. Now I'm going to go ahead and select everything here. Go to my Advanced Tools, SimpleSeps Overprint, and that'll open up. Once that does, I know that all of this has already been converted to Pantone because it came out of the design base. All the designs are set up as 2, 3, and 4 spot colors. I'm going to go to Overprint Conversion, Create Selection Palette. I can see it right here. I've got red, yellow, and black, and I'm just going to come down here and click on Generate Overprint Palette. Now this is going to be a 3-color overprint palette, and you can see already getting into some of our oranges here. This will take 3 to 5 minutes to generate the somewhere around 500, 600, or 700 colors that will be available through all the blends of the overprinting. And while that's processing, I'll go ahead and pause, and then we'll continue after we get through the process, and we'll take a look at how we can dress up this design using overprinting and make it much more colorful and creative, literally in just a matter of minutes. Now once that's finished processing, I can see the number of colors I'm going to have available from the overprinting palette. And I actually want to move this right down to here. We'll go ahead for a minute and just minimize SimpleSeps Overprint. Take a look at this graphic design here and see we're working with 3 colors. We've got black, red, and yellow. And now my evaluations on understanding overprinting is that we could do some very nice work or change the design completely by changing the football to a black color. So I'm going to go up here and click on Ungroup, not Ungroup All. I'm going to go to the football here, and I'm going to go ahead and ungroup that. That's only a couple of objects. I'm going to select the black and watch the change in the design once we make this change. And we're not adding any colors to our printing. We're just staying within 3 colors using overprinting. And you can see the change that makes in the design. I want to go with a little bit lighter of a brown, something that's not quite so maroon in color, something like that there, or something like right there. So that would be my football. Now I'm going to take this halftone effect I have in the background, change that to a kind of light off orangey color, just to give it some more color. And you can see what was done there. Now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, and then I'm going to go ahead and make it quite a bit bigger. And then I'm going to bring it down here, center it back up, and I'm going to go order to back of page right here. And I'm going to fill that with like a maroon red, a darker red that kind of goes on. Now you can see the contrast that we're getting on this design. Now printing on a white, we're going to be fine with 3 colors here. I'll go ahead and just position that a little bit. Now having this all set, the next thing I want to do is go ahead and duplicate this. So I'll go duplicate page. I'm going to take the contents of the layer, select OK. I'm going to open up my SimpleSeps Overprint, and I'm just going to go ahead and select everything here, and then I'm going to come down here and click on Generate Overprint Design and let that process. Now you can see what I've gone through here in just a matter of a couple of minutes, or a few minutes, and I've changed this design entirely, still working with 3 colors, but it looks much more colorful. It's got much more contrast, and it's going to have a lot more pop on the white t-shirt. Now looking at that, we're all set here, I believe. Take a look at this. Our ball has been changed. I know that's all been changed, and everything else has been changed to overprints. I can go ahead here. I'm going to go back to color management, and you can see here under this tab, as I said, View Simulated Overprints is turned off under the color management tab so that you can see where your color overprints are. And I'm going to go View Simulated Overprints is going to be enabled. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, and the next thing I'll do is just go ahead and separate this to halftones so you can see how these colors are going to come out as halftones. I'm going to go to Advanced Tools. I'm going to go to SimpleSeps 3. I'm going to go to Separations because I know this is all Pantones here. I'm going to go to Halftones. Take that just a minute to process all the objects in the design. And go ahead and get rid of this palette. I'm not going to need this. We'll move this over here. So I've got black, red, and yellow. I'm not going to need the white. Now remember, there's an issue with these whites. That's why we got a back up here that we could make our white base or pull our white separation from. But I'm not going to need that white. But I'm going to change all these to, I'm going to go here to 82.5 30-degree increments here, and for my red I'm going to go to 52.5, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on generate separations. We'll do a couple of warnings here and we'll let that process. Now we're going to take a look at the halftones here so we can see how our color is going to come out before we go to press. Very unique benefit of working with SimpleSeps Raster, not just because of its color separation capabilities and its color management capabilities, but also the way in which it generates your halftones directly in Corel's RAW, where you can actually change the colors of them as monochromes and get a preview of what your overprinted halftones are going to look like when you set up on screen. You can also get an idea of how you're going to want your print order to go when you're dealing with these overprinting processes. Now once that's finished processing, I can see my different separations here and I'll get an idea of what's going to go on with my halftones. Here I have what would be my yellow, so I'll just right click on that and change that to a yellow for now. I'm going to go a page forward here. There's my Pantone Trans White. I'm not going to need that. You see how your overprints came through here? We don't want to use the Pantone Trans White here. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and we'll delete this. We'll create that with the other graphic when we do need it. Here is my red. Go ahead and right click, change that to a red. I'll go ahead and copy that. I'll go back here to the Pantone 803C and I'll go ahead and paste that in. Now there's my red. Now I'm going to go one more time here and I want to go here to my Pantone Hexachrome Black. I'll go ahead and copy that. Go back here, go back one more page, and we'll go ahead and paste this in. And you'll see the brown. We've got a really nice brown and maroon going on here. And we've got a 3-color graphic that absolutely looks like it's got multiple different colors, and it takes an entirely different look in the graphic based on the multiple colors, even though you're using just a few colors. I'm going to take this, we're going to go to bitmaps, convert to bitmap, 300 DPI, anti-aliasing, select OK, just so we can get a really good preview of what this is going to look like. And then we can zoom in and take a closer look, but we can see that our brown is coming out as a mix of halftones. It's got a really nice brown look to it, a very rich brown look to it, and then we've got some other effects going on in design. So here we can see, using the overprinting, we've gone through a simple design and really changed it literally in a matter of minutes to give us that graphic edge that we need to be ahead of our competition. So I'll go ahead and wrap here and we'll continue in our next session relating to working with SimpleSeps Overprint.